The palace was bright. Jimmy smiled broadly at the Queen, leaned down to place a medal around his neck. Crowds erupted in applause. Cameras flashed. To the nation, he was a hero, a quirky entertainer, a giver of joy. But as the flashes faded, hospital corridors, TV studios, and children's homes whispered a different story. A darker story, a story of perdition hidden in plain sight. In a quiet detective's office, a detective leaned over a pile of papers. How could someone so adored commit these acts for so long? The room fell silent. Every senior officer present had asked themselves the same question over and over again. Yet only now did the investigation begin to peel back the layers. What secrets had been hidden beneath Jimmy's public charm of decades? Jimmy Savile, born in 1926 in Leeds, he was the youngest of the 7 children. He had an insatiable desire of attention, a hunger that would follow him through every stage of life. His early jobs as a coal miner, dance hall manager, local DJ offered more than income. They gave him access to the crowds, access to admiration, and access to the observation. Colleagues remembered subtle oddities like lingering touches, inappropriate jokes, a gaze that lingered too long on a child. But Jimmy's charm and early fame masked the danger. He had learned the art of misdirection. Detectives reviewing old statements decades later noted how every small whisper or uneasy glance had been ignored. By the 1960s, Jimmy's voice was known across whole Britain. Radio waves carried his presence into people's homes, schools, and the halls. By the 1970s, he hosted Top of the Pops and Jimmy Will Fix It, a show that every young girl dreamed of meeting him. A detective reviewing the old schedules noticed, "Look at that! 3 charity events in 1 week. Hospitals, studios, and children's homes. He had unsupervised access everywhere." Hospital and studios became the hunting ground. The public, Jimmy was eccentric, fun, and charitable. To those who looked closer, he moved like a shadow, exploiting every unsupervised moment. How did someone so loved slip under the radar for decades? Jimmy died in 2011. The nation mourned. Then the whispers began. One survivor spoke out on a radio interview. Carefully, another followed, sharing fragments of the memories long suppressed. Detectives launched Operation U-Tree. Initially, a few allegations emerged, but the more they dug, the more they realized the scale. By 2015, there were 19 arrests, 7 convictions. Abuse occurred across hospitals, schools, and even on BBC premises. Detectives pieced together timelines, revisiting decades-old statements and records, slowly uncovering a predator's footprint hidden in the plain sight. The sheer scale was almost impossible to comprehend. Decades of secrets hidden beneath a veneer of fame. A detective room was cluttered with files and the old photographs. Officers huddled over them, murmuring timelines and alibis. A detective leaned over a faded hospital roster. "He was here at 3:15, he said. There's a note of a charity event that doesn't match the log. Could that be it?" Senior detectives nodded, recognizing a breakthrough. Small overlooked event, a misplaced toy, an open corridor, a forgotten staff note, suddenly became critical. Then a survivor provided a chilling account. "I was at a charity event, and he found me alone in the hallway. It was brief, but I remembered the fear." The detective shivered. Every forgotten corridor, every unsupervised moment was another puzzle to the piece. Slowly, the map of Jimmy's movements began to take shape. Could this finally uncover the full extent of the crimes? Detectives began interviewing survivors. Each account was a piece of a vast, terrifying puzzle. One woman remembered, "I was 10. I was 10. He smiled, seemed kind, and then he led me down a hallway. I froze. Another woman said, at a studio, a door was left ajar. A camera was turned away. He waited patiently. Detectives cross-referenced these stories with the decades-old schedules and staff rosters. Every tiny memory, the exact hallway, the timing of the broadcast, a toy left in a corridor, became very crucial. October 2012 marked a turning point. ITV aired a program, Exposure, the other side of Jimmy Savile, exposing new allegations. Police intensified Operation U-Tree, divided into 3 strands. First Jimmy, and then Jimmy and his associates, and finally the other historical abuse cases. How much of this could hold up in court? That was the question. Operation U-Tree led to high-profile arrests and trials, such as Gary Glitter, convicted of multiple child sexual offences, sentenced to 16 years. Rolf Harris, convicted of indecent assault, sentences to 5 years and 9 months. Travers, acquitted. Detectives noted the challenges prosecuting decades-old abuse required meticulous collaboration. Statements were checked against the schedules, logs, and memory fragments. Police confirmed if Jimmy had been alive, he would have been faced prosecution. The case became a blueprint for future investigations, highlighting the importance of meticulous record-keeping, cross-referencing reports, and listening to the survivors. Public outrage was intense, and the trust in the institution was shaken. Jimmy's knighthood became a stark symbol of systematic failure. Honors were revoked, statues removed. The nation struggled to reconcile the man they saw on TV with the predator uncovered by the detectives. Could society learn from these mistakes? The story underscores vigilance, transparency, and survivor empowerment. Institutions must act quickly, guardians stay alert, and children be encouraged to speak.